Hello everyone, I am Dua Imran Faiz, student at Unirazak. I am looking forward to discuss today with you freedom of speech in Malaysia. What our constitution guarantees, how our rules sometimes restrict that promise, and what the actual effects have been. We will first examine Article 10 of the Federal Constitution, then the main laws and court rulings. See how people actually interact with these rules, and finally discuss some ideas for reform. Malaysia's Federal Constitution's Article 10 guarantees three basic rights: freedom of expression, freedom of assembly, and freedom of association. These rights, however, are not absolute. They come with what the Constitution calls reasonable restrictions. That is, the government may limit those freedoms when it is needed to protect national security, maintain public order, or to uphold morality. Put another way, Article 10 lays out that promise of free expression but also creates exceptions, much like those we will see reflected in our laws. Two primary laws impose those reasonable restrictions. First, the 1948 Sedition Act makes it a crime any speech having a seditious tendency, that is, speech promoting disaffection against the government or provoking contempt of the Constitution. Convictions might mean maximum 3 years in prison. Second, Section 233 of Communication and Multimedia Act of 1998 to CMA Act 1998 forbids offensive communications delivered over the internet or any electronic platform. Fines of up to 50,000 ringgit might result from a conviction under Section 233. Altogether, these laws give officials wide authority to monitor what Malaysians say, particularly online. Courts have applied and understood these laws such that sometimes surprises observers. Remarks made in Parliament in public prosecutor against Lim Kit Siang were classified as seditious, therefore illustrating the maybe broad scope the Sedition Act may have. Later, in Mohid Nasser Hashim against public prosecutor, the federal court sought to elucidate what precisely constitutes a seditious tendency, thereby raising the standard somewhat, but still leaving penalty of gray areas. These decisions show that even elected officials and political leaders must negotiate cautiously to avoid any legal jeopardy. In effect, most Malaysians select silence above risk. 73% of Malaysian youth who were surveyed recently said they hesitate before sharing political views online or any social media platform. Common causes are I'm afraid of legal consequences and I avoid sharing any political memes. These voices remind us that constitutional protections do not necessarily reflect lived experience. If individuals fear arrest or penalties, they self censor to stay safe. Looking ahead, two reform proposals stand out. First, we might revise the Sedition Act to provide clear definitions of what counts as seditious speech, therefore people know precisely what is not permitted. Second, we might tighten Section 233 of CMA such that only communications resulting in actual damage such as threats or hate speech are punished. I'd like to leave you with this question. How can Malaysia strike the right balance between protecting free expression and preserving social harmony? Thank you for watching, and I look forward to your thoughts and questions. Thank you.